A beautiful afternoon to you, and many thanks for joining us on the program Flipside with yours sincerely, Oluije Oikokai. Happy Eid al-Fitr to all our Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Now today on Flipside, we'll be looking at monetization of social media. Now it's a new trend, yes, everyone wants to go into making of money of social media, either it being on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. And sometimes I wonder why WhatsApp is not among this monetization. But in any ways, we have those in the forefront of giving us ideas and information concerning socialization and also monetizing social media. And to do that with us today on Flipside is a person of Moili Shehu. He is a digital marketer. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and we also have Ajayi Okpayemi Martins. He is also a digital marketer. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Okay, now quickly, now I want to dive into the program proper and the reason for having this discussion. Now, well, we know social media is something everyone is talking about. Everyone wants to go into social media. Everyone wants to make money off social media. Now, before we dive into the reason why and the rise in people getting into monetization of social media, first off, we want to know, because someone out there might not really understand or know the meaning of social media. So we'll start with Moili. Okay. What is social media?
All right. Social media is actually the new thing that, because after the existing of agriculture, the next thing is the internet. Okay. Because the internet itself don't just stand alone. There has to be something. It's just like internet is like a land. So the house that is being built on top of it is where we have the social media. So now for everybody getting on board, social media is actually a place where you have a story to tell. Indirectly, anyhow you want to play, but it's a place whereby your story has to be pushed out. And people are now using it for businesses these days.
Okay. I can see Opayemi nodding his head. So do you have other explanation or that from what Moile just said?
Yes, social media is like a village where you tend to interact and meet people, interact either business-wise or personal, individual, and all that. So it's a small village. I call it a small village because it's very wide, meanwhile small.
Yes. You
can get information that might take years within a minute on the internet. That's why I call it a village.
Okay.
So it's more or less like a small land where you have your own portion, which is your own social media, while everybody have their own portion, then they tend to interact. So that interaction is where the social media comes in.
Okay. Now, we find so many persons. We have diverse ways of going into social media. We have Facebook, into content creating rather. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. So which other one, apart from these three that we know about, that one can get into content creation?
Okay. All this WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, they are just like the most popular one that everybody are used to. Yes. And there are more. So there is Quora. Is a forum platform that people can ask questions and get answers. In fact, the audience there is as big as Instagram. But people don't like know what is happening. Majority of people doesn't know. And also we have Bing, and there is just a lot of them that people can get involved. Depend on what you actually want that will actually matters. So what you're looking for will determine where you're going to actually see them. Okay.
Now, Kwame, what are the benefits of social media?
Yes, social media has a lot of benefits. Why we tend to, I would tend to break it down. Now, based on individual, you tend to interact easily. You tend to communicate faster, and at first, the main purpose of internet, before the essence of social media, before the existence of social media, is to interact, for the military to be able to send signal. It was that signal they convert together as internet for us to be able to communicate. So now because now we have the social media, so we need that communication. Is now very faster. If you want to communicate with someone outside the country, it's very easy for you to just message the person either on Facebook or all that. Unlike before that, we need to write letter, send to post office and fast and all that. So it have make communication easier and faster. And also, this trend of social media have also helped a lot of businesses to grow their revenue, their landscape and their business. Because what you are supposed to do physically, where you need to print and bill and all that, which is the normal physical media, normal physical means of advertising your business. Now, with the help of social media, you can do that and reach broader audience even outside your locality. You might be in Benin City here, while you are targeting the whole Nigeria without spending much, compared to if you are doing a physical advert where you need to spend a whole lot of money for you to cover the full 36 states in Nigeria. So social media have helped both the individual and business-wise.
Okay. Now, Mwele, I want to ask now, as a digital marketer, what prompted you into digital marketing?
All right. Anyway, just in single terms is that the ability to bring my imagination into existence. Before, look at what Uber, Bolt have done in the transport system. The social media can actually make something like that to happen, because normally you have to like go to the park but now from your finger of your tip, it can. So looking at those things and the life of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and all these men that have done something evergreen. So I felt like, wait, that means this thing has to be bigger. At first, there are a lot of reasons why I don't need to go into it, because I was told when I was growing that it is the new Antichrist. That was what I was told. So I don't want to deal with the devil. I just try to, but later I now figure out that, wait a minute, this world is evolving faster. And if I either don't get on board or else I'll be left behind. I don't want to left behind. So I started the process from that, and I started creating content, because if sitting down here right now, just like he said, one single content can reach someone in the United States. It will cost more to use a telephone. It costs more to jump on a plane to get there. So using the social media, because it has a very range of opportunity. It just something else has changed and something has happened. And I felt like if something like this is in existence, then I should just try to go into it. I just went into it because of the potential it has, not in changing my life, but the ability to communicate to the world in just a finger of my tip.
Okay. Now, you talked about content creating. Is content creating a full-time job? Is this something you need to exercise your strength, your time, your ability? Is this something you can just start off your tip and say, okay, I want to go into content creating, or is something you need to, take out time to find yourself gaining followers and gaining lots and lots of information out there? Because today, because of the monetization of social media, now you find different contents, all because they call it content creation. So is it a full-time job?
Okay, yes, it is a full-time. But if you just started, you can do it full-time. Because it will take time to grow for you to be monetized. Just like from the point where you said, is that a lot of people are producing content, which what they're supposed not to produce. But in the terms of they want to make the money, they just have to be pushing everything out for people to consume.
Everything and anything.
Both the good and the bad.
Yes, for people to consume. So, but the content creation from the beginning is a side hustle for you from the beginning if you want to start. And for anybody who want to go into it, they may see it as like, how can I go about it? First, you have to focus on something that is going to provide value for the people. And secondly, it has to be something you are passionate about, something you love doing. Because if you don't love it from the beginning, you're not going to make money. So if you're not making money, you will give up easily and faster because the passion is actually not there. But when the passion is there, even though you are not making money or there is a tribulations and things are not working out as planned, you will still keep going. So along the line, the time you will decide if you want to do it as a full-time is that when you are monetized, the money you are making, if it can replace your 9-to-5 salary job by ×2 or by ×3, that means if you now have a full 100% focus, you'll be able to make more. So it's something anybody and everyone can do full-time. But if you're a beginner, don't quit your job. I didn't say so. You have to do it as a side hustle until it starts paying off.
Okay. Now, do you feel it's a full-time? It should be a full-time job?
No, like he said, when you're starting off, it's not supposed to be a full-time job. You need to put in some things. You need to even discover.
You need to strategize.
Yes, you need to even discover whether it's going to favor you. Definitely, a lot of people want to dive into content creation and other things. They will say, oh, they have passion for content creation because in their mind they said, oh, so and so person is making money from it. Meanwhile, everybody have different paths in life, and you might try it and it won't work. So by the time you try, and you know that something's not coming out for me, you will give up. But with passion and you are able to convince yourself that no, this is actually my path. Then with consistency, you will break through and you will make money with it. And this, as at that moment, is still a side hustle, not a full-time work job. So if you're able to multiply it, he said ×2, me I will say ×4. Yes, because if you are anything above 100,000 and you are doing the content as side hustle, in a month it's giving you the revenue is giving you over 500,000. Then what are you waiting for?
In a month, right?
Yes, in a month, over 500,000. While your normal 9-to-5 job is giving you less than 100 or 100. Then why can't you quit? So you have to quit and put in the more energy to it. And also another side of it is that while you are putting more energy in it, you might lose idea. So that's why you see some content creation will start now with a particular creative.
Yes.
After some time, they will
delve
into something else, move into something else because they are done with. They don't have idea about that space again.
I actually know of one that she started with making children's hair. From making children's hair, she entered into her family, and funny enough, she has gained. In fact, her followers are more than 100,000. So I believe maybe there should be a start of points.
Yes.
Before you get into maybe the main course of the content creating. I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know.
Okay. Yes. In that part, majority people go into content creation because I heard they said it is happening. If you have a story to tell to the world, that is where you can decide to go. If you don't figure out what you want to discuss, who you are, and the fuel that keeps you going, there is no way you're going to give up like within a while. The reason is that there is no the fuel in there. But for she to migrate from creating certain content to the other is that it does happen in different reasons why, but majority of those reasons is that when he talks about losing content idea, these days, we thank God, these days, there is no way you can run out of content idea anymore. In fact, there is unlimited billions of content of ideas. It's just to go into ChatGPT and some other places, and you can be able to see different kind of content idea. But for she to migrate from one to another,
No, it's not like she has stopped making hair anyway. The children's
she's
hair.
adding another different kind of content to it.
Going to the family life, telling more stories and all of that.
And she's discovering another of her real self also. Yeah, she's discovering a new identity. Yeah.
Okay.
So and that really helps her. And now something about social media people don't understand. I want people to get is that if you're producing a content for kids or there are children showing in your content, you are telling the algorithm. Algorithm simply means that when you post content, that thing that shows your content to other people, that shows how they interact, that give feedback to the owner of those platforms like Facebook, those things are called the algorithm. So when you produce content for kids, you are telling the algorithm that this content is for kids.
Kids, yes.
Even though you are talking to matured people or parenting, automatically your content won't go as broad compared to when it was like a grown-up people, like generalized.
Yeah.
So, and also there's something called CPM, which is the amount of money they pay you per 1,000 views you get on your engagement on social media. So for kids, it's low. Because the reason is that if you are producing content about gambling, for example, there is a lot of money. Gambling is $1 trillion industry. But kids industry is not as $1 trillion compared to gambling. So the more money industry you had, the more money potential you tend to earn when it comes to. So she now adding the parental stuffs and stuff like that. We also boost the kids for parental people to like discover it and definitely can still keep like helping us. So that still makes a lot of sense for her.
And Molly talk about algorithm. Now that algorithm, she have been portraying, she have been telling the algorithm that this content or this my page or channel is meant for kids. Now she's trying to test new niche to see how maybe it will favor her.
The followers.
Yeah, maybe whether the algorithm will favor her or not. Now she needs to put this thing in place. Not that she just wake up one morning and say, oh no, I'm not doing anything for kids again. I'm going into family videos and all that, family content and all that. She might start that fully and the algorithm will like, no, they need to study how she push everything, and before you know it might backfire or it might favor her. So it's in two ways. So, and luckily if God is by her side, then she'll break through.
Okay, good. Now, we know back in the years or back in the days, we never had anything like monetization of social media. All of a sudden, we got to see people saying, hey, we're making money off this, and everyone's there looking into it and saying, this is really true. So, I don't know, Mweli, how did monetization of social media come about?
Okay, firstly, we have to first look at YouTube first. Because when they actually acquired the company, Google acquired the company for billions of dollars. And they need people to be posting videos on those platforms. So now people started posting videos. Then how are you telling people to post videos? To take their time and they are not getting things in return? Then Google now bring the advert from Google itself to YouTube. So this is how they do. When YouTubers pay us $10 per 1,000 views. Then YouTube now tell creators, that the content creators who produce video, that okay, from this $10, we will give you 4 from it. So that is to tell you that, oh, $4 of just one video you uploaded today, and it's giving you money every day. Even 10 years video, the person is still making the same money. So when people start finding it very cool, and like, oh, this is a very cool stuff, and people start producing more, and start preaching the gospel that, oh, become a content creator, you can start making money from it. And definitely they succeeded, and that's why everybody find themselves inside that ecospace.
Where we find them, skit makers and
all the rest.
And
and people think, when you say people produce content, and you say, oh, this one is not fun, this one is fun. When you say it's not funny, you've given him money or her.
I tell you, just
like
viewing.
We're doing some analysis some couple of weeks ago, and we're also doing one of these content skit maker, and we were able to see that he is actually doing over 150 million naira monthly.
Wow.
Monthly. And I was like, wait a minute. Which job is giving this? And that is why, that's why you say that now, when they are not making the money, you see, and people say, when did they start? He has bought a car. When did they start? He has bought a house. It's because there is money in it. And we don't know, I know rather, people that doesn't know, and just look at it like, oh, it's just an entertainment, they are just entertaining. That entertaining now is a very big industry.
I tell
and
you.
it has it has superbly changed a lot of people's life.
Finding husband and wife coming together to make content, adding their children, and in fact, right
It's
now,
exploding,
some persons have actually taken it as a family business.
Exactly,
Yes.
full time.
Yes, full-time business, bringing their family into bed, telling everybody about their stories and all of that. But in all, do we say monetization of social media has brought about reduction in unemployment?
Yes. Yes. The reason I say yes is that not everybody, people that are not employed, or probably they are idle or they are scared of jumping into it.
Yes.
For example, if you finish school or you don't have the money to proceed to university for reference, instead of sitting down and be looking, you can just start doing something. For example, if you know how to cook,
True.
you're already a millionaire, but you haven't seen it because you haven't gone into the terrain. No. A friend of mine in Lagos make videos with his dog alone, and he's made it up to more than 50 million naira. And the dog's like, sit down, stand up. You know, and people find it fun and,
like,
you know, stuff like that.
your dog obeying you.
Exactly. So these days now, a lot of people want to do content creation. Not because of money, but because of it keeps you busy.
Yeah.
It's open your eye, your perception about what is happening in the general world industry at large. So, and a lot of people that are not, you know, I think he has done well, better. Even people that has in banking industry, they create content.
Yeah.
Even flight attendants, they
True.
create content.
True.
So it has, when unemployment, because definitely people that are not making money, even people that has a 9-to-5 job still complain that they don't have a job. It's because government is never been designed to create a job in the first place. They are to give, their own is to just provide the well-being for us.
Yeah.
We had to be the one to pull out something. And the social media has actually helped us beyond what we could ever imagine. So if anybody is sitting home right now, or just lost his job, or thinking of stopping his job, or life is miserable, pick up your phone, your camera, and speak your truth, and post it on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, and all these platforms. Behold me, one single video can change your life. But we don't know which of the videos.
Yes.
That's why they said, oh, I'm not getting engagement. Oh, wait a minute. How many videos have you produced? I've just done 10. Wait, do 1,000. If you do 1,000 and nothing happen, drop it. But you will actually break through before your 1,000 video. It's just a matter of time. But sometimes some people seem lucky. Their first video can change their life.
Yes.
But at least before you complain or give up, try your first 1,000 video. And when you are doing it, you also be learning. Because imagine you create a videos about the person who creates about children, maybe he's getting like 1,000 engagement. He creates about family, get 10,000. Oh, people are telling you we love this than this. So you can channel your energy to produce more of what people, not what you want, but what people want. That is what you have to produce.
Okay, Amy.
Yes, there's this guy during COVID. One black guy like that, not a Nigerian.
Okay.
So he lost his job, and that period fall during COVID period. So he just pick up his camera and just trying to mimic people. He does not speak. He just carry the video and do like this. If you know him, then
that's Abby.
Just do like this. Today the guy is more than $1 million. He's still not talking, but just one video changed his life. He was depressed. He lost his job, his banking job, and was depressed, or like, oh, let me just do something. Then he picked up his phone, and his first video actually go viral. Then it continued. Now that has changed his life. Now let's come back to Nigeria, where now that we have a lot of issue going on in the country. People are depressed based on loss of job and all that. So what they do is they just pick their phone, create content just to relieve themselves, not to go deep in thinking and all that. So it has also helped, even aside from unemployment, health-wise.
Okay.
when someone is depressed, you can just say, oh, go to your TikTok and watch video.
Yeah.
Whether it's funny or not, your mind will at first come down before you start thinking of, oh, my problem. When you drop the phone, then that's when you remember your problem. Oh, let me pick up my problem back. But that moment, you are focused on that video. Now, those people creating that content, they are getting something as a reward for that content, because it's not easy to pick up a camera and start creating content, shooting video and all that, voice, even though it's ordinary voiceover. So it's not easy. So for them to have the reward, they need to see something. So if you can pull up a lot of video either on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and any other platform, any niche, don't enter into any niche and say, oh, this one is popular, this one is associated or not. No. Enter any niche that you feel you can do better. It might even be animal. We Nigerians, we might see it as, oh, animal, why will I be watching animal? Overseas, they watch animal, they love animal. And the revenue that you will get from Nigeria compared to what you get from outside the country is way far. It's different.
Okay. Then we're looking at monetization of social media with yours sincerely, Oluije Oyikokai. And we have been talking with Moili Shehu. He is a digital marketer, and of course, Ajayo Payemi Martins, also a digital marketer. Now, off the camera, yes, while we're on break, we're talking about content creating. Now, someone out there, or just watching us right now, who might just be thinking and racking his or her head like, what should I use, to come up with content creating? So I don't know, Moili, what do you think someone out there can start up? How do you think someone out there can start content creating?
Okay, you have to firstly start with what you have. It doesn't matter, people said you need a iPhone, fancy devices, big digital camera.
To have a good quality background.
No way. Forget about the background. In fact, people love when people are being real. And that's why we see a lot of content that looks funny online, which is some people try to fake it till they make it, trying to take themselves to another level, rent space just to make everything look fancy. No, start with your mobile phone. And with your phone, even though if mom said, oh, or you want to create content, maybe your mom loves to speak and she's okay with your phone camera, and ask mom, why is so and so this? And why are children born in this way? Any question that you don't even believe can go viral, you have to start by yourself. And even though you are in a job at this moment, not for people at home alone, even though you are working, you are good in baking or videography, camera, you can teach people the different type of gear cameras. You can teach people, talk to people, the different kind of flavors in baking and the rest. All you need is, if you can get someone
to help you hold
the phone. You don't need the mic. Just get a place to be quiet so that people listening to you can actually hear you very well. And you can just start from there. And when you start, you'll be able to, just like we said earlier, you'll be able to know, you keep improving more on your quality. And when you're making money, or if you are good in cooking, you can cook very well.
I actually saw a video on fishery, how to rear fish and those catfishes and all that. Someone teaching people out there on Facebook. And people
can start going into it. And organization international can reach to you and ask you, we'll pay your flight. Can you come to Morocco? Can you come to tour? Because they know something we Nigerians, African, don't understand, and all we forget is that the future is in Africa. I mean, this world future is in Africa. We may think that, oh, we are consumer. They know why they're doing it. So if you can start, look at Ida Basi for reference. She started cooking that nobody seems nobody. And now, if brand wants to talk to her, it's check upon check. But she started from somewhere. She doesn't just grow and just get to that point at this day. So don't underestimate or think because you are short, you are tall, you are slim, you don't have a good voice, that the world will, they will even love you because of your slim voice. What you think people will dislike you for will be what, because your home perception is totally different from the world.
Yeah.
And you are producing the content not to expose your vulnerability, but to speak your truth and show the world this is what you know and this is what you want them to get. And with that, they can easily like pull up with you. So anybody with your phone, it doesn't matter whether it's Android phone, any phone, you can start and creating content and start pushing it out there.
Okay. Okay. Now, Okoyemi, we have social media influencers everywhere and anywhere. Now, they post content of people's lives. Is this just because they want to get more followers? Now, the recent one on Mercy Chinwo and Nathaniel Bassey and the husband and the child. Now, I'm sure in Mercy Chinwo's mind, she'd be like, if we had known, would not even have bothered ourselves to show the child's face. Now, everyone or some persons out there, they were like, oh, this baby's face looks like Nathaniel Bassey, and they even had to do a screenshot of the baby and Nathaniel Bassey just to show the resemblance, okay? Now, my issue is, do social media influencers just go out there and look for stories because they want to gain more followers and all of that, and hurting the lives of those individuals? So would we say content creating, that is the disadvantage, the cons of social media?
I won't say that is content creation, because you are haunting the life of another person. You are not imparting. Content creation is imparting or educating the audience, not haunting
the individual.
The individual. So if you're haunting them, then definitely anything that comes that backfire back to you with the law, then you should be ready to face it. Because you can't just come up and open your camera, then start saying nonsense about someone, or saying misinformation, misinformation about someone, which they can actually sue you for that. I think they actually want to take that step.
Yes, they do.
Then later
he came out, started
then
crying.
The guy was crying and saying this for them. If I'm the one I want, you need to face it to show as example to others. You understand? Even though we know that, oh, the guy might just want to do it to gain followers, which is very bad. Yeah,
that's the reason why I'm saying, why do people, just because you want to gain followers,
you just want to use that misinformation to gain followers and to attract people to his page. And mind you, the bad side of that is, if you are using that method, after this scenario or this incident, then the people that follow you will actually forget about you. That's the bad side, because they know that what actually brings them to you is no more there again. So, and also you might be facing the law, so that means you're even losing in 2 ways, or you might be in prison. So, which is very, very bad. I won't advise that. So the best is push out your mind
to something positive.
And one niche that we think we're actually missing, that a lot of people are not diving into, is motivation. Motivational speaking. People Nigerians mostly don't actually dive into that niche. Mostly they dive into entertainment and not dancing or singing and all those stuff. But you see, motivation, it keep people head up, where they can just plug in their earpiece and keep listening to you, then motivating. In fact, you might even be lucky where your word might take you to places that you have not been before, where you might just you are saying a word, maybe you're in your bathroom and one inspiration enter your head, then you take your camera, then pick out the words, push it out to people to listen to it. One person might say, oh, you actually touched my life with this, your word. I'm really grateful. Can I assist you with this? You understand? Can I assist you with this? And all that, then before you know, your life might change from there. It's social media, anything can happen, both the good and the bad. So it's better you follow the good one than the bad one, because the bad one might send you back home.
Okay, yes, like you said content creating is all about educating people.
Yes.
And not the reverse.
Not the reverse. Not spreading misinformation.
Okay. No, Molly, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're not giving out positive content, that means it's not content creating.
To me, it's not content creating.
Okay, so Moili.
Okay, I actually want to go into the show, but what you just said now is the content has to, is either you are educating, informing, or entertaining.
Okay.
The content has to be within that circle.
Okay.
Even though you try to blackmail someone, it's still a content.
It's an
because
information.
you are informing someone. So, but let me go back to the message of the thing. The thing I see there is in our industry, there are people that don't like your progress. And they need to cook a very story that it will be very so meaningful and so real. And it has to present it to the world that look at this. To me, they're posting their family stuffs online. It's not a bad thing. And for people taking it and turning it into something totally different because it's their own perception, opinion about what is happening, and they decided to push it out. But I think the guy it just seems the guy to be the first person to say something about it, and they're picking it up. But I know 100% is that there are more people in Meshisiwe's industry of the gospel stuff that definitely nobody loves you, nobody likes you, you in the first place. So when you are doing something, they have to look for the negativity. And now there are bloggers that they carry out this kind of information. And what they do is that they are not content creators, they are bloggers.
Yes.
They report news. So when you are a content creator, when you create something, that is when you're a content creator. When you take someone else's information and disseminate it, you repost, you blogged the information, you are not content creator. But when you post that disseminate is a content, because content can be in video, picture, quote, and audio form. It can be in any of those three. But the moment you repost someone else's content, you reposted, you repurposed. You didn't create it. So that's not your content. So those bloggers, what they do is that they are already in several industries. They know people in several offices. So when things, before we even know what is happening in the next 1 year, they already has connections.
Gotten the information
and
already.
They just push it for people and trying to, a lot of homes and stuffs have been destroyed through social media, but it is not social media. It is what you do with it that matters. So it's not a destruction tool. The only part I find that it needs to be totally checked is when a child is below 15 years and the kind of content they are consuming. If you cannot, the parental mode is not, all platform has it. As your parent, if you have your children and they are watching different kind of things, or you can't tell what they are watching, Facebook, Instagram, they have parental mode, whereby when you switch it, they won't see content of 18 years old. They only see the one that belongs to kids. So that is only the part parent has to wholly look that needs to be regulated. Any other thing based on your opinions and your perception about what is actually being put out.
All right. This brings to mind now, some person says that when you have a page, now we all know Facebook was something everyone was involved with. Before Instagram came into X, Twitter, now X. Someone actually said that you can't use your original page.
A profile, the first one you
yes, the
started
first one that we all know that has the names and all of
frames,
that. Yes, for social media monetization. How true is that?
You can actually monetize with it. In fact, I created a page for, I think, Weber 2017 or 18 or something like that, when it's still nothing. But later, and I realized in 2021, I will have just remained in that page, or the normal profile. Because on profile, there is a page and a profile account. So your profile account can also be monetized. In fact, the difference between profile account and a page account is that people won't friend you, just like you send friend requests. And people follow you based on their interest in your content or who you are. Automatically means people that are following you when it's a page, they are like a fans to you. But when it's normal profile, it's actually friends to friend. So normal profile can monetize, and normal page also can monetize. But in the part of monetization, that majority people are now using page to get monetized. So the Facebook, the Meta people more focus on gravitating for pages than profile. But no matter what anybody is these days, you have to create. But there is a good thing about page is that you can actually switch your actual account profile to a page. And because on the last week we did monetization with Tech Info, which some people were struggling not to be able to switch from page to from profile to page. So and they can just easily create, and creating a page on Facebook takes less than 1 minute to do. So profile can be monetized, page can be monetized, but it's advisable for privacy purpose because they won't see your number except you want to disclose it. They won't know your relationship or your family people compared to profile. So it's advised people switch to page so that can actually still help them for their privacy, but both can monetize.
Now someone is asking how many followers am I supposed to have on each of these to get content created? Now on Instagram, how many followers or how many likes, if that is also included? Now on Facebook, how many, and which other one again? TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok.
Yes, TikTok. YouTube, so how many?
Okay, for Facebook, you need to have minimum 5,000 followers of people following you, and you need 60,000 watch time hour. 60,000 watch time hour. What that simply means is that if you upload a video for, let's say, like 1 hour, and someone watched the video for like 1 minute, and they scroll off and he went to another video, he only spent some seconds according to your algorithm. Your content needs to be watched by hours. So you need 60,000 watch time hour for Facebook. And that is even easy to get, and if you are producing more and you are doing more live. But for YouTube, you need, they've reduced it from 1,000 now to 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch time hour also as well. So Twitter is, I love Twitter now, makes sense. You can easily get monetized now. And how can you do it? Buy Elon Musk's blue badge, which is that blue check mark that makes you verified. When you buy it, you are already eligible for monetization. And what you have to do is that Twitter is like a war zone, which is cool. Okay, so, and what you have to do is start posting, start tweeting things that will get a lot of people to comment, to react, and they pay you not based on follower. It doesn't. If I have 1 follower, Twitter can pay you 100,000 at the end of the month. It's based on only the people that are engaging with your content you are posting. So Twitter, anybody can get monetized right now. So if you look at the life of TikTok, you know, that tap, you know, live streaming stuff. So on TikTok, you would need to at least have minimum at least 5,000. Once you started going live, because once you create an account, you can go live immediately. By having some amount of followers, you can start going. Once you started going live, people can be gifting you. They can gift you some fun, even though you haven't ripe for monetization. The moment they gift you, defaultly, they've opened your monetization portal because they've started paying you. Automatically, you started receiving revenue. But for Instagram in Nigeria, by June, that is when they will allow us, which is the meeting with the president had with the mentor team that, let my people monetize, because there are a lot of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians on Instagram and majority are not so. And for you to get monetized now, if any Nigeria is monetized now, probably doesn't stay in Nigeria, or he used other way route to pretend he's in foreign land, because they didn't make it. So by June 14 thereabout, they will allow us. So that's what we're going to know the criteria for Instagram Nigerians to have before we can get monetized on the Instagram.
Let me talk about Twitter. Now, after getting the blue tick, which we all know as verification badge, then for you to start getting the revenue itself, you need at least 1 million impressions. What that means is that 1 million people must see your post or your content on Twitter.
Like 1 million?
Yes, 1 million.
persons.
Yes.
Like 1 million. It's okay.
The way it's not like 1 million people.
Not like 1 million person. Like
if you don't have a follower, if you don't have a follower, you can tweet and 10 million people
10
can
million
tweet.
see it.
Because when you have a blue badge, they allow you.
Features,
Okay.
so
Okay.
people can actually, if you have 500 followers, for example,
Yeah.
and one of your contents blew up, then they were able to retweet it. You might even surpass the 1 million in 1 hour.
Okay.
It's just depending on how many people see that post. But also, alongside, it's not easy to get the 1 million if you are not posting
Regularly.
And if you are not posting, you know, Twitter is war zone, like what he said. If you are not posting something that is entertaining or that is informative, that people can criticize that, oh, what about we do it like this, what about it like this, then I'm not sure you can easily get that. But once you're able to get your blue tick and with 1,000 followers or 500 followers, then you are good to go. Just follow the procedure and you're good to go.
Okay, now, do you feel this monetization of social media now has impacted positively in our Nigerian economy?
Yes, it has really impacted in Nigeria economy. You know, before we only have YouTube and Facebook that is monetizing their platform, and it's restricted in one way or the other. You know, before I think earlier this year, that was as of last year. Before you can monetize your Facebook page, they'll tell you to open your Facebook from outside Nigeria, make the person an admin and all those stuff. But now you can actually monetize your account, your Facebook page, by yourself with your personal details, right from Nigeria. And because they know it's easy to monetize, a lot of people are going into it and also generating more revenue with it. So now on YouTube also, likewise the same thing on other platforms where people are able to generate a lot of revenue, either from different platforms. And at the end of the month, they are getting no less than $1K dollar. Then definitely it's impacting back to the country because they will surely remove tax from it.
Okay. All right. Molly, do you feel content creating, monetizing of social media is also a form of skill acquisition?
Partially. Because first, it's going to bring the best in you out.
Okay.
Because the moment you started talking to the world, a lot of criticisms, you have to get better there. And along the line, you won't even know that you are best at certain things. Okay. So, but the moment, and yes, it helps you get better. And more so these days, it's not only just content creation that you can also monetize, you know, because when brands, companies, organization, individual helps you, like, from that you can actually like enhance. So for skill acquisition, it has actually done on when you get better at it. That's when you become your master at it.
Okay, now quickly before we go, are there trainings as regards monetization of social media?
Yes, there is. We handed one last week with ITV Radio with Felicia, which we did with people that are interested. And any other one will actually be communicated anytime soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Moeli Shehu, for making our time to be with us today on Flipside, looking at monetization of social media. So you need to go look at yourself, your inner self. Now, anything can be a content. You being a market woman, selling your tomatoes, whatever you're doing can be a content to you. But all you need to do is to have the right mindset and just get yourself involved, okay? Thank you so much, Opeyemi, for being with us today. And I hope when we call on you again, you'll be able to come and educate us more on social media. All right, so we'll be seeing again next week for another exciting time. Do have yourself a blessed day. Bye for now.